is everybody doing today? Friends, family, and enemies, welcome back to another video. As always, I hope you are all having a blessed day. If not, I will be praying that it gets better. Now, in today's video, we will be talking about the coronavirus. Do not be afraid. So sit back, relax, listen, comprehend, and learn to view the world with the love of God. Before I start this video, I really do want to start off with an apology to all of you who actually watch my videos. I know it's been a while since you've heard from me, since I posted, and I explained that the job was in the way, you know. I tried, I really did. I really wanted to get around to it, to making videos for y'all. It's just, I didn't have a lot of time. I had 1 hour at the most, and I always use that hour to rest, you know, to just chill, usually to pray or meditate, and that's what made everything so hard. But that also being said, the times I would try to make videos, weather played a factor. It was either raining or very windy. As you can tell from the last video I posted, it was pretty windy, and that's because it was a quiet day on that day. I barely went out, and I bought me a microphone and a muffler. So now if I record outside, I'm pretty sure the sound quality will be a lot better. But I do apologize for the wait, any inconvenience you might have. I love you. Thanks for being patient. But that being said, the coronavirus. Man, I don't know what to think about this. I know what I believe. I know what I see, what I think. But I don't know how to come about explaining it or giving you my point of view. You know, it's hard to share your point of view when somebody's already stuck in their point of view. But obviously, if you're watching this video, it's meant for you to watch it. That's how I see it. I do want to start off by saying, don't panic. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. What if I die from it? What if they die from it? Like, everybody's making a big scene, a big riot over this virus, right? When they don't have to. It started off with the toilet paper, which is a little crazy. Toilet paper and waters. I remember I was still over there at work. I was still 9 hours away, and Maya texted me that all the stores were out of toilet paper and water, you know? And I was like, what the heck? But she ended up finding one case of waters, but they weren't normal waters. They were little Dasani bottles like this big, and a case or a pack of toilet papers, and the toilet paper was already thrown in the aisle, and I think it was ripped up. That goes to show how crazy people are. Like, don't be so stressed. Don't worry about what's gonna happen. You don't have to stock up on this stuff. The reason it looks like there's not enough in the stores for everybody is because everybody's going out and buying bulks of everything. Now it comes down to the food. I wanted to come back and make good meals, you know, because I like to cook. I wanted to make good meals for my family, celebration meals, you know, having a little bit of money to do so. Give them good food, because I like to cook steaks, maybe make a barbecue. I wanted to cook, and I come back and there's no food in the supermarkets. And it's not that I was lazy or careless and I didn't go out in time. I really couldn't. My plan was totally different from what happened when I got here. I've been here for about 4 or 5 days already. 6 days going maybe. But I'm not gonna get too much into details, but my brother was in a terrible accident, and if you could pray for him, I would appreciate it. He's doing fine now. It was bad in the beginning, and I'll make another video on that, explaining what all happened and so forth and so forth. But that's where my energy, my time has been dedicated to. It hasn't been, I'm sorry, hasn't been making YouTube videos. It hasn't been creating content. It's been praying and being there for my brother, because I love him, and it was hard, you know, because I know the situation he was in, and the whole time I was really firm that he was gonna pull through, you know. And that's not me bragging, It's just my new way of thinking, my new way of believing in God, my new way of trusting God and having faith. And I advise you all to do that right now with this coronavirus. If you really think about it, this is the same thing that happened with the Israelites and Moses. Remember? God told the Israelites through Moses to just get enough food for them that they need, And what did they do? They went up and they took in more than what God told them to do. They were being selfish and greedy, and they were trying to provide for themselves. They didn't have faith or trust in God, and because of it, it ended up not working out, ended up rotting. And so all those people who are stocking up on meat and toilet paper and taking from people who actually need it, the elderly, they need that stuff. They would go, it would break my heart to see pictures of the elderly going and nothing was there for them to get. That's sad, bro. But that's what it reminds me of. It's like the people spending hundreds of dollars bulking up, stocking up for nothing, probably won't even get around to using all that they bought, Like, I feel like it would be pointless. Like, there's all sorts of ways that it could play out that it doesn't work out for them. But I know that what we need to do right now is not the time for panic and division. It's not the time for he said, she said, for pointing fingers and fighting. It's the time for love and compassion. It's the time for faith and prayer. It's the time to open your eyes and talk to God, receive from God, to get close to God. It's the time to listen to Him. He's trying to get our attentions because the coronavirus is just what everybody's focusing on, but it's not the only thing that's happening right now. God is trying to get our attention and we ignore Him all the time, even right now. How are we ignoring Him? By panicking, by being selfish. Instead of trying to see how much you can get for yourself, why not help those who cannot get? You may be blessed with money, and because of it, you're out overbuying, you're out overdoing it and leaving nothing for those less fortunate who had to wait till Friday for their paycheck to go out to the stores. But by the time they got there, there was nothing left. Who had to wait for their income because they're not as fortunate as you. Or someone like me who had to wait for their chance, their opportunity to actually go out and buy food. Because like I said, ever since I've been here, my time consists of being at the hospital and being at home. And that home part is just to sleep and rest. The hospital is the rest of the time. Nobody thinks for others, they just want to think of themselves, and now is not the time to do that. Because you start doing that, things are going to get much worse. That's what I've been saying from the beginning. This is what I've been telling people. Is before anything starts to clear up, before anything starts to look better, before it starts to look good, it's going to get worse. That's how everything goes. It has to get worse before it gets better. This is still just the beginning. You're freaking out now, you're not going to make it to the end. This might blow over, it might not. It might last months, it might last a few more weeks, it might last a few more days. But my question is to you, are you a child of God? Because all things work for the good, for those who love God. And that being said, I want to tell you people who don't believe in God, who don't call Him God, who don't believe in religion, who don't like religion, who don't like the Bible. This is a true saying, and it applies to you too. Just because you don't believe in God, you're probably one who believes in a higher power. You're probably one who believes in the universe. Well, the truth is, what we call God is the same thing you call the universe. It's the same thing you call the higher power, the supreme being. It's the same thing with a different name. And that being said, that's exactly what that verse means. If you're living a devoted life, if you're trying to do what's right with a good, pure heart, you're trying to raise your vibration. That's the term that is being thrown around today. If you're trying to have this frequency of love and healing and prosper and growth and whatever else, all positive thinking, positive vibes, and no negative vibe, no negative thinking, then you are one who loves God. You are one who trusts in God, who believes in God. So trust that all things will work out for the good for you. Just because you don't call him God does not mean he hates you because you're not calling him God. That's just a term that humans came up with. But anyway, I also want to say that this coronavirus is really bringing out the ugly in people. It's amplifying everybody's true feelings, which is crazy, you know? I remember I seen a few posts already that people getting stabbed at grocery stores over toilet paper or food, over things that they wanted or needed, which is crazy, bro. You don't need to kill somebody or try to kill them. They're probably scared just like you. I'm not judging anybody who's panic buying, because the truth is, everybody's just scared. It's fear and not love. And that's where the separation comes from. This is what's happening. We're gonna have a massive shift in the planet, you know, through consciousness. Those who live in fear are not gonna make it. Those who follow love are gonna prosper. God is love. So chase love, follow love. If it's fear, it's not God, and don't believe it. It's a lie. I'm not saying that the coronavirus isn't quote unquote scary. I'm not saying that it's not deadly. I'm not saying that it's not something to worry about. I'm not saying that it's something to brush under the rug and act like you can't see it, because the truth is, it is a sickness and it's killing people. But I am saying, change the way you look at it, change the way you think about it. Trust in God, have faith, believe, pray. You know, don't worry about it. Just know it's there, know it's a possibility. Do what you should be doing on a regular basis, which is wash your hands, brush your teeth, wipe your ass. Do what you should be doing on a regular basis and you're gonna be fine. That's all it is. It's just the flu. The flu itself. I remember saying all of this stuff, and then, like I said, we've been at the hospital. Well, yesterday, one of the doctors was telling us that the flu itself kills like 20,000 to 50,000 people in America alone. That's a lot of people. That's yearly. That's not every so often, that is yearly. Those are the numbers. And he said if we take precautions like we are right now from the coronavirus, that number would drop drastically, which is crazy to think about. Nobody pays any attention to the flu. Nobody pays any mind to the flu. Nobody cares about the flu. But this new virus, the coronavirus, starts killing a few people and everybody freaks out. And now all of a sudden everybody wants to keep up with their hygiene. Now all of a sudden everybody wants to be clean. You should have been doing this from the beginning. The coronavirus probably would have never come around. Your Bible tells you to stay clean, to wash your hands, wash yourself, clean yourself. But us humans like to learn the hard way. Well, here you go. It's not that God's punishing us. It's more so this type of law that is set in place. You know, it's just inevitable. Like, you receive what you give, you reap what you sow, karma. It's not God being like, oh, I'm gonna punish you, I'm gonna hurt you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna kill you people, I'm gonna kill you. It's just automatic. Like science says, for every action, there's a equal and opposite reaction. So because our actions right now have been destroying our world, our planet, we're also being destroyed. You get what I'm saying? Our hearts caused everything. Even if this coronavirus, because I've seen posts like this and comments like this, but even if this coronavirus was invented and created in a laboratory and released, we still cause it upon ourselves. However you want to look at it, it's no question when you look around why it's here. Because now all of a sudden, animals are coming back, birds are flying, pollution is going down, everything's getting better for the world. And when I say the world, I'm not talking about your everyday life. I'm not talking about your next door neighbor, yourself, and your life personally. I'm talking about the planet itself. And it's no coincidence, because we're not outside destroying everything. If you open your eyes, you can see it. It's not God saying, I'm gonna send a plague, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. try and get your attention. It's just automatic. It's just whatever you do, you're gonna receive. You know, it's just the law, which is why I'm making this video. If you're living your life devoted to God, or at least trying to please God, trying to make Him proud, or trying to raise your vibration for whatever the reason may be, if you're trying to love, give, heal, help, you're gonna be okay. There's no doubt in my mind. Even if you get the disease, even if you die from the disease, if you're living this way, you're gonna be okay. Because the truth is, you don't want to give in to fear. Your Bible tells you this, everything tells you this. God is love and not fear. So if it's not love, then it's not God. There's probably a lot of other things that I wanted to say, but I can't think of everything right now. The main thing is, I want you to know, now's the time to show. Now's the time to display love. Instead of division, create unity. Oh, and I did remember what I wanted to say. It goes back to, we caused it, you know, like every action has an opposite and equal reaction, whatever. People are looking at the negative right now and being so scared and fearful, and I don't blame them. That's what they were taught, that's how they believe, that's how they operate, and it's not their fault, you know? But that's what's going on right now, and you have others who are waking up or already awake, and they see it as a good thing. Because the truth is, what's really happening is, if you can see past the negative, then you know something positive is coming out of it. Every action has an opposite and equal reaction, right? Well, we see this as a major thing that is giant and negative, but that also means there must be something positive that is just as big. What they're saying today is, it's a massive awakening, a massive shift in consciousness. As I've been saying over and over, the reason I started this channel is to start waking people up, to start telling you, hey, dude, look at this, start doing this, start praying, start meditating, start talking to God, start changing the way you believe, changing the way you see things. Raise your vibration, raise your frequency. And if you have not been doing it, your neighbor has. A lot of people have been doing it. And this massive shift is causing for a massive fluctuation. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to smash that like button. Be sure to subscribe, and also hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. I love you guys. I pray that you prosper. I pray that you grow. And I pray that you receive all that you desire. Now, go and use what you've learned and apply it with the love of God.